right, listen up, because this is not just another year. 2025 is here, whether you're ready or not. And if you don't make the right moves now, you're going to wake up a year from today wondering why nothing changed. And that is not an option. The truth is, success doesn't come from luck. It doesn't come from wishing, hoping, or waiting for the right time. It comes from action. Consistent, disciplined, fearless action. But here's the catch. Most people are making 5 massive mistakes that are silently sabotaging their future. And if you don't cut these mistakes out of your life right now, they will keep you stuck, keep you small, and keep you from becoming the unstoppable force you were meant to be. So let's get real. Let's break down these 5 critical mistakes so you can eliminate them, take control, and make 2025 the year you finally break through. No more excuses. No more playing small. Let's go. Take action despite fear. Fear is one of the greatest thieves of potential. It whispers doubts, plants hesitation, and convinces you that the worst-case scenario is inevitable. It's a mental prison, locking you into a life of mediocrity, making you believe that playing it safe is the smart choice. But here's the truth. Safety is an illusion. Playing small doesn't protect you from failure. It guarantees it. If you avoid risks, if you refuse to step into uncertainty, you are failing by default. Growth only happens when you push beyond the fear. Every major breakthrough in life happens when you decide to take action, despite the uncertainty. That moment when you feel your heart racing, your palms sweating, your mind flooded with doubts, that is the moment you must act. Fear isn't telling you to stop, it's telling you that you are on the verge of something great. Fear is natural, but it is also a liar. It magnifies potential threats and convinces you that failure is permanent. But think about it. How many times in your life have you feared the worst, only for things to turn out fine? The reality is, most of the things we fear never even happen. And even if they do, they are rarely as bad as we imagined. The most successful people in the world are not fearless. They simply refuse to let fear make their decisions. They feel the fear and take action anyway, because they know that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting in spite of it. If you keep waiting for the fear to disappear, you will be waiting your entire life. The people who achieve massive success in business, relationships, health, and personal growth have all mastered one thing. They take action before they feel ready. They don't wait for the perfect moment because they know it doesn't exist. They move forward even when they are scared, uncertain, and doubtful. They step into discomfort because they know that's where transformation happens. Think about the biggest regrets people have at the end of their lives. It's never about the things they tried and failed at. It's always about the things they were too afraid to try. The business they never started, the opportunity they passed up, the love they never pursued, the dream they put on hold until it was too late. Fear is what creates regret. And the only way to avoid that regret is to stop letting fear make your decisions. The key to overcoming fear is building a habit of action. Train yourself to take action the moment fear shows up. The longer you wait, the stronger fear becomes. If you hesitate, fear grows roots in your mind and it becomes harder to move. But if you act quickly, you cut off fear before it has the chance to take hold. The more you do this, the more you rewire your brain to see action as the default response to fear. And once you master this, you become unstoppable. Upgrade your environment. Your environment is shaping you every second of every day, whether you realize it or not. The people you surround yourself with, the conversations you engage in, the books you read, the content you consume, all of it is programming your mind. If you are in an environment filled with negativity, small thinking, and low standards, it doesn't matter how motivated you are, you will eventually be pulled down. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. Look around at the people in your life. Are they pushing you to grow? Are they challenging you to be better? Or are they keeping you comfortable, reinforcing your doubts, and holding you back? If you are the most driven person in your circle, you're in the wrong circle. You need to be surrounded by people who inspire you, who make you think bigger, who demand more from you. Because when you're in the right environment, success becomes automatic. Your habits, beliefs, and identity are all shaped by your surroundings. If you spend time with people who constantly complain, guess what? You will start complaining too. If you spend time with people who make excuses, you will find yourself making excuses. But if you surround yourself with winners, people who take action, who refuse to settle, who are constantly learning and growing, you will naturally rise to their level. Success is contagious, but so is mediocrity. Most people never question their environment. They stay in the same circles, in the same routines, with the same influences, and wonder why nothing changes. But here's the truth. If you don't change your environment will change you. And if you're not intentional about surrounding yourself with growth-minded people, you will stay stuck in the same patterns year after year. You have to take control of your environment. That means limiting your exposure to negative influences. That means setting boundaries with people who drain your energy. That means being intentional about who and what you allow into your mind, the content you consume, the conversations you engage in, the habits you build. These are shaping your destiny every single day. The easiest way to upgrade your environment is to start small. Find one person who challenges you to be better and spend more time with them. Join a group or a community that aligns with your goals. Read books that expand your mind. Listen to podcasts that push you to think differently. Remove just one negative influence from your life. Every small change adds up, and before you know it, you'll find yourself in an environment that fuels your growth instead of limiting it. At the end of the day, success is not just about what you do, it's about where you do it and who you do it with. You can have all the talent, motivation, and drive in the world, but if you're in an environment that doesn't support growth, you will never reach your full potential. The best investment you can make in yourself is upgrading the people and influences around you. Because when you put yourself in the right environment, success becomes inevitable. Eliminate low-value activities. Time is the most valuable resource you have, yet most people treat it like it's unlimited. They waste hours on things that add no real value to their lives and then wonder why they're not making progress. The truth is, it's not about having more time, it's about using the time you already have more effectively. If you want to achieve more in 2025, you must eliminate the low-value activities that are silently robbing you of your future. The first step is awareness. Most people don't even realize how much time they waste. They scroll through social media for just a few minutes, but those minutes add up to hours. The easiest way to identify low-value activities is to do a time audit. For 1 week, track every single thing you do. Write down how you spend each hour of your day. At the end of the week, look at where your time is going. You'll be shocked at how much of it is being wasted. Now, look at that list and ask yourself one simple question. Is this activity moving me closer to my goals? If the answer is no, it's time to cut it. Successful people don't have more time than you. They just make different choices with their time. They are ruthless about eliminating distractions. They say no to things that don't align with their goals. They prioritize what matters and cut out what doesn't. This is not about working harder. It's about working smarter. Every minute you spend on something unimportant is a minute you could have spent building your future. Imagine what would happen if you replaced even half of your wasted time with activities that actually move the needle. Instead of scrolling through social media, you could be learning a new skill. Instead of watching TV, you could be building a business. Instead of procrastinating, you could be executing. One of the biggest traps people fall into is mistaking busyness for productivity. Just because you're doing a lot doesn't mean you're doing what matters. Checking emails all day, sitting in endless meetings, constantly reacting to other people's demands. None of these things will get you closer to your goals. You have to be intentional about where you focus your energy. The 80/20 rule states that 80% of your results come from 20% of your actions. That means most of what you do isn't actually contributing to your success. Identify the 20% of tasks that generate the biggest impact and double down on those. Eliminate, automate, or delegate everything else. You must take back control. Decide right now that you will no longer allow low-value activities to steal your future. Build discipline over motivation. Most people fail because they rely on motivation to get things done. They think that if they just feel motivated enough, they'll take action. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Some days you wake up ready to take on the world. Other days you don't even want to get out of bed. If you only take action when you feel motivated, you will never be consistent. And without consistency, you will never succeed. The most successful people don't wait to feel like doing something. They do it whether they feel like it or not. That is discipline. Discipline is the ability to take action regardless of emotions. It is the key to achieving anything worthwhile. The problem with motivation is that it depends on external factors. You watch an inspiring video, you hear a great speech, you read an amazing book, and for a moment you feel unstoppable. But then life happens. You have a bad day, you feel tired, you lose momentum. And suddenly, that motivation is gone. That's why so many people start strong but never finish. They rely on motivation instead of building the discipline to keep going. Discipline is built through repetition. The more you do something, the easier it becomes. The first time you push yourself to work when you don't feel like it, it's hard. The second time, it's still hard. But after a while, it becomes a habit. And once it's a habit, it no longer requires willpower, it becomes automatic. This is how you rewire your brain for success. Instead of constantly battling yourself, you create a system where action is the default. One of the best ways to build discipline is to create a routine. Your brain loves patterns. When you do something at the same time every day, it becomes second nature. This is why the most successful people have strict morning routines. They don't wake up and decide whether they feel like working out. They just do it. They don't waste time debating whether they should work on their goals. They just get started. The less you rely on willpower, the more consistent you become. Your routine should be designed to eliminate friction. If you want to exercise in the morning, lay out your workout clothes the night before. If you want to read more, keep a book on your nightstand instead of your phone. The biggest mistake people make is thinking they need to feel ready before they take action. You don't need to feel ready, you just need to start. Action creates momentum. The moment you start moving, everything changes. Your energy shifts, your mindset shifts, and suddenly you're in motion. And once you're in motion, it's much easier to keep going. This is why the hardest part of any task is simply starting. Once you take that first step, the resistance disappears. If you want to build discipline, stop overthinking and start doing. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for the right mood. Just take the first step. Because once you start, you're already ahead of 99% of people who are still waiting for motivation. Mistake number 5 is not investing in yourself. The biggest mistake people make is thinking they can succeed without upgrading their knowledge, skills, and mindset. The truth is, the world is changing faster than ever. What worked yesterday won't necessarily work tomorrow. If you're not constantly learning and growing, you're falling behind. Too many people think they don't need to invest in themselves. They say they don't have time to read, they don't want to spend money on courses, they don't believe in coaching or mentorship. But these are the same people who stay stuck year after year, wondering why nothing changes. The most successful people in the world all have one thing in common. They never stop learning. They understand that their success is directly tied to their personal growth. If you're not learning, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, you're dying. The most valuable asset you have is you. Not your job, not your business, not your bank account, you. Your ability to think, adapt, solve problems, and create value is what determines your success. But if you don't invest in yourself, you are limiting your potential. You will always be stuck at the level of your current knowledge and skills. The only way to break through to the next level is to expand your mind. Read books, take courses, go to seminars, hire mentors. Do whatever it takes to get better, because the better you become, the better your life becomes. One of the biggest reasons people don't invest in themselves is because they see it as an expense instead of an investment. They have no problem spending money on entertainment, eating out, buying the latest gadgets. But when it comes to investing in their growth, they hesitate. They say, I can't afford it. But the truth is, you can't afford not to. The cost of not investing in yourself is far greater than any price tag. Think about it. How much is it costing you to stay stuck where you are? How much money are you leaving on the table because you don't have the skills or knowledge to take advantage of opportunities? How much time are you wasting trying to figure things out on your own instead of learning from someone who's already done it? The most successful people understand that investing in themselves gives them the highest return. Every book they read, every seminar they attend, every coach they hire, it all compounds over time. It gives them an edge. It allows them to move faster, make better decisions, and achieve bigger results. One of the most powerful ways to invest in yourself is to surround yourself with people who are ahead of you. Get in rooms with people who think bigger, achieve more, and operate at a higher level. Because the people you spend time with shape your mindset, your standards, and your expectations for yourself. If you're always the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You need to be around people who challenge you, push you, and force you to grow. This is why mentorship is so powerful. A mentor is someone who has already walked the path you want to walk. They've made the mistakes, learned the lessons, and figured out what works. When you learn from them, you shortcut your own journey. You avoid costly mistakes. You gain insights that would have taken you years to discover on your own. A single conversation with the right mentor can change your entire life. Another way to invest in yourself is to develop high comp skills. The economy is shifting and job security is disappearing. The only real security you have is your ability to create value. If you have skills that are in demand, you will always have opportunities. But if you rely on outdated skills, you will struggle. The best investment you can make is in learning skills that increase your earning potential. Sales, marketing, copywriting, coding, public speaking, leadership. These are the skills that will set you apart. The more valuable you become, the more opportunities will come your way. Your mindset is also one of the biggest factors in your success. If you don't invest in developing a strong, resilient, success-oriented mindset, no amount of external success will last. Your thoughts, beliefs, and habits determine your actions, and your actions determine your results. Most people don't fail because they lack talent or intelligence. They fail because they have limiting beliefs that keep them stuck. They don't believe they're good enough. They don't believe they deserve success. They don't believe they have what it takes, and so they sabotage themselves. They make excuses, they procrastinate, they quit when things get hard. But if you work on your mindset, if you reprogram your beliefs, if you build confidence, if you develop mental toughness, you become unstoppable. One of the fastest ways to shift your mindset is to consume positive, growth-oriented content every single day. Read books that challenge your thinking. Listen to podcasts that inspire you. Watch videos that educate and empower you. Cut out negative influences that fill your mind with doubt and fear. What you feed your mind determines what you believe, and what you believe determines what you achieve. Another critical part of investing in yourself is taking care of your body. Your health is the foundation of everything. If you don't have energy, if you're constantly tired, if your body is breaking down, you won't be able to perform at your best. Success requires stamina. It requires focus, discipline, and resilience. And all of that starts with your physical health. Exercise regularly, eat clean, get enough sleep, manage stress, treat your body like the high-performance machine that it is. Because when you feel good physically, everything else becomes easier. Your mind is sharper, your mood is better, your productivity increases. Investing in your health is not optional, it's a necessity. Another excuse people use to avoid investing in themselves is that they don't have time. They say they're too busy. But the reality is, they're just not prioritizing growth. Because if something is truly important to you, you will make time for it. You can wake up an hour earlier to read, you can listen to audiobooks while driving, you can watch an online course instead of watching TV. The time is there, you just have to use it wisely. The best investment you can ever make is in becoming the best version of yourself, because when you grow, everything in your life grows with you. Your income grows, your relationships grow, your confidence grows, your opportunities expand. The people who achieve the highest levels of success are not necessarily the smartest or the luckiest. They are obsessed with getting better. They are constantly seeking new knowledge, new skills, new perspectives, and that's why they win. No one is going to do this for you. No one is coming to hand you success. If you want to create a better life, you have to take responsibility for your own growth. You have to make the decision that you will not settle for staying the same. You have to commit to becoming a lifelong learner, because the moment you stop learning is the moment you stop growing. And the moment you stop growing is the moment you start dying. So here's the truth. 2025 is going to pass whether you take action or not. The question is, will you be the same person at the end of it, or will you have transformed? Because success is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's not about hoping things magically get better. It's about making bold moves. It's about cutting out the fear, surrounding yourself with the right people, eliminating the distractions, building unstoppable discipline, and investing in yourself like your future depends on it. Because it does. You've got two choices. You can keep doing what you've always done, keep making the same excuses, keep letting these 5 mistakes run your life, or you can step up, take control, and make the decision that this is the year everything changes. The future belongs to those who take action, so what are you going to do? Hit that subscribe button and join the movement, because we're dropping the fire every single day. This is Tony Robbins' track, and we'll see you at the top. No more waiting, no more hesitating. The time is now. Step up, take action, and make 2025 the year you refuse to settle. If this hit you hard, if you're ready to level up, then subscribe to Tony Robbins.